Well, I know you can't see very well, but it's not very bright. So just to catch you up, pulled a long day yesterday. Got all the way to Snake Creek Gap, um, and I ended up sleeping here inside the bathroom because it was getting very cold and the rain was supposed to be moving in sooner than they originally planned, which is the case because it wasn't supposed to potentially start till 7, which is now. So I am going to try to push to Dalton today. I think it's about 25 miles. I'm just going to try and move. I don't know if I'm going to say as fast as I can because then I get too warm, but try and make good progress that direction. So just wanted to give you a heads up on what was going on. Still raining. Cold. I think I'm making decent time though. Just trying to push, get to Dalton, but not push too hard and get too damp. Just stopped to get out the phone to check gut hooks to make sure there was a weird set of blazes. So trying to check that out. But once I get to town, I'll update you guys on what happened last night and all that good stuff. Because I was cold and tired last night and pretty much got set up and jumped in the bed and that was it. I tried to sleep the rest of the night. So, all right. Starting over. All right, so I'm in Dalton, Georgia at the Howard Johnson. Just off the trail. It's maybe half a mile, if that. So I got super wet, super cold today. I was able to manage, my temp pretty good. I did notice when I got down off the trail, the guy did offer me a hitch that I turned down because I said, I don't want to make up any part of this. So I just wanted to get it over with. So I walked the rest of the way down. Was trying to decide what I was going to do. So I decided I'd go get something to eat at Zaxby's and then see what hotel rooms look like and call Ron and see what kind of availability he had for a shuttle. Because the weather for the next 4 days, counting today, but today's Monday, it's rained the entire day and it's not supposed to stop. It's also supposed to rain tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I decided that it was not in my best interest to continue with this trip with that much wet and the potential each night to go down to freezing or below with no chance to dry out the tent in between. Just didn't seem like a wise choice. So went to Zaxby's, got some food, and while I was eating, I was so cold from being in the rain that I was sitting there shaking. I could barely work my phone. So I kind of tried to text out and eat, get warmed up. I ended up sitting there for probably an hour or so. Checked on hotels. I was going to go to the Super 8 across the street from the Zaxby's, where I knew some other Pinhoti hikers had stayed recently, but they had no availability according to online. So I checked in just up the street from that was Howard Johnson that had pretty good reviews, and the rate was pretty low. So when it's an unplanned stop and then you got extra expenses coming up because of the trip changing, I figured it's probably the better option. So anyways, so I got here, got a room. It was the last King non-smoking they had actually. Got cleaned up, soaked in the bath for a little bit, which helped me get nice and warm, and now a little too warm. But then took a shower because I didn't smell good. And I didn't want to put on my sleep clothes with smelling like that because these are the only dry clothes I have. So made some coffee, and that's it for right now. Okay, so yesterday, I know I did some filming. I don't remember doing a lot. Maybe I did a decent amount, I think, before it got dark. So as it started getting later in the afternoon, it was around 2 or 3, I ran into some horsemen and some mountain bikers. Talked to mountain bikers for a little bit. And then I decided to check the weather and saw that the weather was going to be bad for the next 4 days. So I kicked it up a little bit and tried to get moving a little faster. I got to John's Mountain Overlook. Went up there, took some pictures. I might have taken some video, I don't remember. It was very windy and very cold up there. I remember putting on some more, changing some things around to be a little warmer. So I got down from there to Keown Falls, Keown, however you pronounce it. Got to the falls, took a couple pictures. The trail's kind of weird there, but you kind of go down the side of a cliff of sorts. There's railing and stuff, but it's kind of interesting. So we got down there, passed a couple coming up, which kind of surprised me because it was getting late and it was getting kind of dark, and they didn't look to have, you know, additional clothing or water or headlamps or anything, but you know. So I finally got down to the bottom, got to the vault toilets down there. There's 2 cars still in the parking lot. Checked and I did not have any signal. I contemplated sleeping in the pit toilet, but I knew I wanted to get further along to get closer to Dalton to try and get in today. So I decided I'd push on some more. I decided I wasn't going to do the 32 that I contemplated. You know, I talked about doing 16 or 32. I'm glad I didn't do 16 because it was on the other side of East Armitage, the ford there, and I imagine with all this rain that probably came up pretty good, and I would have had a long way to go and I wouldn't have made it to town today. So not without getting here probably hypothermic. I mean, it's really cold and windy out there. So I decided I would go towards Pilcher Pond and check that out, but then I thought, well, that doesn't help me too much because if I get there, it's only a little bit further along, and I'm still packing up a wind tent, and I still have a considerable amount of mileage to go. So I noticed that at Georgia 136, there were vault toilets there, and then there was 2 campsites past there, about, I can't remember if it was 1.2 or 2 miles. So I said, let me at least try and get to the vault toilets. I did get some signal, talked to Stumbleina up on a ridge where I had considered camping at one point, but it was so windy up there, and I knew, you know, with the rain coming in, it would be freezing up there in the morning, this morning. So I decided to push on past that even though I was tired. I got to GA 136 and I ended up crashing in the vault toilet there. So I set up everything in there, locked the door, ate, and went to sleep. Slept okay. It's right by a road, and so it was fairly loud actually. And then when the rain started, I kept thinking that someone was driving up to use the pit toilets, because the rain kind of made a sound kind of like a car in the gravel parking lot. So I ended up not being disturbed all night, which was good. But I slept off and on all night. I remember waking up at 1 and thinking it had to be close to 5 and feeling rather disappointed. So I slept pretty comfortable in there. In the morning I got up, started getting everything together. I noticed that the water was starting to leak under the walls, so fortunately I found that out before I got my quilts or my sleeping pad or anything else wet, so I got all that stuff put up. So I ended up getting out. I did a video this morning in the dark in the rain at 7. So I got here to, I didn't pay attention. I think it was close to 2 when I walked into Dalton, 1:30, 2 o'clock, somewhere in there. So a pretty good time today. I was pushing close to 3 miles an hour the whole day, if my calculations are right. So I guess I probably did 16 today, so it was not my shortest day, but my shortest full day. So that's what happened last night. Sorry I didn't video, but by the time I got to GA 136, I was tired and I was cold and I just wanted to eat and go to sleep, and so I didn't want to try and figure out how to get enough light in that pit toilet to video. I had no signal, so I couldn't text Thumbelina to tell her where I was. She had a general idea where I was shooting for, but so there you go. That's what happened last night.